Hi, my name's Dave Bodie from BodieMedia.tv, bringing you this course exclusively for Tuts Plus Premium. In this course, we are going to talk about all the things you are going to need to know to produce great sounding audio for your next interview. We will cover setups for the standard talking head interview, as well as some other kinds of interview setups, different kinds of microphones, boom poles and stands, cables, recording devices, environmental factors such as noise, reflections, and reverberation. And we'll go through the process of recording and setting levels. We'll look at the post-production side of things, and I will show you how to process the audio and how to mix it with other music and other audio. Producing excellent audio for interviews is not hard, but that doesn't mean it's simple. This course will be geared toward giving you all the tools you need to make it happen when you're on the job. Before we jump into talking about what mic to use and why, let's look at what a typical interview setup looks like. This is an example of a pretty standard one-camera interview setup. All right, we're taking a look at a simple one-camera interview setup right now. I'm here with my buddy Andrew. He's agreed to help me out for this demonstration in this course. And what we're looking at is you're seeing kind of from a bird's eye view, a very low-flying bird, my main camera, which is right in front of you with an audio recorder. That's a DSLR, and we're going to do a couple examples in this course with a DSLR and a more traditional video camera with built-in audio inputs, because I know a lot of people still use DSLR cameras, but we want to cover all of the grounds that, you know, people who are just getting into doing interviews would be using. So these are probably the most likely candidates for that. And so what you're seeing here is we got our main key light over here, a little reflector. We have a couple of moving blankets around here, and what these are doing is it's blocking a little bit of the ambient light. There's a hallway over here, and it's soaking up a little bit of the sound. In this particular space, it's not doing a whole lot of that because this is a pretty big room. If we were in a smaller situation, like you often find yourself in an office where you're in a pretty tight, confined space, throwing up some moving blankets on some stands. These are just on light stands with a T adapter with a long, like 6 or 8 foot bar across the top. Throwing something like that up in a small space can really help cut down on a little bit of that flutter echo that you might get, some of that high frequency kind of slapback that you might be hearing. It helps kind of tone down a little bit the reflections in the space. You know, it's not going to make a drastic difference, but it can make the difference in some situations. We got a hair light back here, and the main thing that you're seeing from your camera is this C-stand with a boom pole, shock mount, and a shotgun microphone. And if I was recording an interview in this space, this is probably something that I would use, a microphone just like this. This is the Sennheiser K6/ME67 system. And it would be perfect for a situation just like this. We have a little bit of ambient noise here, but the ceiling is high enough so that we're not going to get weird reflections. Now, from your perspective, this microphone might look like it would be in the shot of our main interview camera. But if we check it out here, we're actually clear by at least a couple of inches as far as positioning. Now, I actually could bring this down to about right here. That would help get a little bit better signal to noise ratio, but getting the microphone that close to someone may make some people feel uncomfortable, especially a large microphone like this. You know, getting that right down in his business here is going to just give people a real uncomfortable feeling, like something bad might happen, you know, something might strike them in the face. It's not something that, you know, works for everybody. If I was using a really small microphone that we're going to show later in the course, we might be able to get that a little bit closer without making Andy feel super uncomfortable. So, you feeling all right, Andy?
Yeah, I feel great.
All right, cool. So that's basically what we're looking at. You can see we have an audio recorder on that DSLR. Now for that rig, that's what we need to get good sounding audio for this system. And we're gonna go over all of these pieces later in the course, but right now we're gonna jump back into it. We need to position the microphone as close to the subject as we can. If we are using a lapel or a lavalier microphone, we could put the microphone right on the person's body. If we are using a larger microphone that would require a stand, you're going to want to position it as close as you can without getting it in the frame of the camera. So why does the microphone need to be so close? Well, it's all about signal-to-noise ratio. Signal-to-noise ratio, often abbreviated as SNR or S/N, compares the level of a desired signal to the level of background noise. Background noise can literally be noise in the background, but it can also be noise generated by your microphone, noise generated by the preamp, noise from an air vent, or noise generated in the electronics and the analog to digital conversion. Getting more signal to noise means a clearer, cleaner recording, and it's a fundamental concept in recording. Let's take a look at a few examples. All right, for this little example, what we're gonna do is we're gonna position the microphone back. I'm gonna have my buddy Andy say a line, and then we're gonna move it a little bit closer. And the idea here is I'm gonna level out all of the audio in this recorder later in post so that the volume of his voice speaking in each one of these little clips is going to be all the same. And what you're going to hear is how positioning the microphone closer to the source is going to drastically reduce kind of this ambient echo and a lot of the other junk in the recording. So let's get to it. Right now, about, what would you say, 4 or 5 feet back?
That's about 5 feet.
All right. Go ahead and give me your line.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
All right, take a step closer and go ahead.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
Yeah, we'll get this a little closer.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
And we'll get it a little bit closer.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
Good. Now, also you'll see a lot in these interview type setups that the microphone is often positioned up here. Well, it's positioned up here for a specific reason. Unless the interview is a really tight shot, you know, just kind of in this area, getting the microphone off camera and up is going to be the closest physical location to our subject's head. Just to give you an idea of what some different mic positions sound like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clip with the microphone up here, and then I'm going to reposition the microphone down here, get the same clip, but still keep the microphone out of the frame. So let's check that out.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
All right. Now we're going to do a side mic position.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
All right, now we're going to drop the microphone down and doing below, shooting up.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm Dave's assistant for today.
As you can see from that example, by moving the microphone closer, we can drastically reduce background noise, reflections, and reverb, making the audio a lot clearer. This concept of signal to noise is also why you will see the microphone positioned above the interviewee's head. Unless the interview is a super tight shot, the interviewee's head will be near the top of the frame. Because of this, placing the microphone above the head of the interviewee and above the frame of the camera is usually the best option. Now that we know about where the microphone needs to be, let's take a look at what microphones you might consider using to record your talent with.